Welcome and thank you for joining us for the announcement of our winners for the Flatten the Curve hack. I'm Andrew Johnson, CEO of ACS, and tonight joined by Steve Nuri, Head of AI and Data Science at ACS, and who's been the lead in making this hackathon come together. Steve, welcome.
Thank you, Andrew, and thank you everyone to be part of this amazing platform.
Now, before we get into making our announcements around winners, so we have 5 challenge areas. First prize in each area gets 5K, that's Australian dollars. Second place 3K and third place 2K. I understand there's a bit of a house party going on tonight. Do you want to just share with our listeners what that's all about?
Yes, for sure. I'm really excited to say we managed to have a Zoom party. So if you're in Slack, please check the announcements. It will be probably the last announcements on Slack, and everybody will join Zoom, watch the live stream on YouTube, and also at the same time they will be joined together and sharing their comments and having fun.
Now, Thursday night seems like a lifetime ago already, but just take us back. What happened on Friday morning?
It was one of the most exciting 48 hours of my life. I can tell you that in these 48 hours we had around 2,700 people involved in a very, very amazing, intense hackathon to find some solutions for our 5 categories. The first thing, our lead mentors got together to make sure they know how to help the teams, and we managed to have mentors in different teams and assigned 10 mentors to each lead mentor. And then we helped forming the teams. So we had a lot of people from different time zones, from different backgrounds. Many of them didn't know each other. And it's always difficult when you don't know each other and you're online, virtually meeting each other, get together very quickly and make a team. So we try to liaise that and help them to, as quickly as possible, get to solutions. So Friday morning, everybody just started hacking. As soon as they got the team, they tried to find some solutions around using IT, data science, and even we had some 3D printing solutions. And then we had time frames around the milestones. So we had 3 milestones. We were making sure that people are on track. They're all doing an amazing job. And it was very hectic through the Friday.
And I understand you kept count of how many communications occurred in the Slack channel. What did that look like?
I can say I'm very proud of the engagement. So these 2,000 people made more than 30,000 messages. And that is amazing. That shows that how great community we had during these 48 hours. They had very, very close relations. They made sure they have a close contact in the Slack. And apart from Slack, we had a lot of Zoom calls. So probably more than 50 Zoom calls with participants, mentors, and lead mentors.
Now, do you have a message for our mentors? How many mentors were they?
More than 300 mentors. I can just, from bottom of my heart, thank you very much to be part of this amazing initiative. I can tell you that I was amazed with the amount of work and the amount of dedication that you had, because it's a volunteer work. And most of them were working more than like 10 hours during the day. And even I noticed some of them are even awake during the nighttime, probably in different time zones. But really, really, I need to thank you. I appreciate your help.
And so just remind us, after 48 hours, when the teams had finished, how did they upload their submissions? What did that look like?
So it was very easy. We used the Google Forms, and they just needed to upload their YouTube video and send us the link. And if they have any further documents or GitHub account, they should have provided their optional links in the Google Forms. So it was very smoothly and very easy to manage.
Thank you. And then this morning, I just wanted to thank our 4 judges: Steve Baxter from 1013 Investments, Tomo Ishikawa, Managing Director of Fujitsu Australia Software Technology, Purana Mehta, Chief of Ecosystem Development at Oz Cyber, and Professor Helgi Janik, Research Director at the Cybersecurity CRC. So the judges were locked away this morning, picking their top 3, and we're going to get into those right now. The real benefit of this hackathon is that it's raw. It's 48 hours is not a lot of time. Yes, you put some code up on GitHub. Yes, you make a submission on YouTube. We're going to see those submissions now, starting with our 3rd place getter. Our first challenge area was in education. Could I get our 3rd prize winner to play on screen now, please?
I'm sick of being inside. It's so boring. And we don't even have a dog to walk.
Tell me about it. We can't even take the bin out. We live in an apartment.
How about we go outside?
Yay!
3, 2, 1. Okay, we're ready.
Wrong goggles.
Oh! An excursion! Yay! We may not be able to go to the real place, but this should do.
Hello Year 7 and welcome to the Royal National Park in Sydney, Australia. Here you can see a native tree. Traditionally this was used to make spears.
Now time to get back to the rest of my work.
How come I have to do work and you get to play games?
I don't play any games. I'm on class party.
Presenting Class Party for ISO Kids. 1.5 billion students have to remotely learn due to COVID-19, and whilst most of them have online classes, many students are struggling to complete tasks online and lacking their normal social interactions. Major video conference apps have had safety issues with so many students subtly using their apps.
We have designed a virtual classroom that is a portal to Google Classroom. This is a more interactive and beneficial version. It includes features that help children feel as if they're at school. The website is linked to Google Classroom, so other children or teachers in the class can still use the classic version.
Class Party uses student webcams to generate avatars in a style like Bitmoji or emoji and shares with the class. We protect children by having no student video stream of the real faces and surroundings being sent away from their own device. Teachers can either share their real video feed or use augmented Bitmojis like the students. Classmates can see other students' Bitmojis talking in the classroom, walk around the virtual playground and have breakout conversations, just like a game.
Class Party features both virtual reality and augmented reality. Students can make and wear cardboard goggles to see their teachers in their living rooms or go on excursions with live tour guides, where they can see their classmates' Bitmojis walking alongside them and ask questions to the tour guide. Locations could be anywhere, like farms, museums, and wonders all over the world.
Got isolation, frustration, try Class Party.
So congratulations to the Hacklings for 3rd prize in the Education Challenge. I think all parents and schools understand the challenge in the current environment. We're not really sure how long our kids will be staying at home and studying, and how can we bring that real social life interaction, what you expect from attending class every day, to life using technology. We're now going to play 2nd prize. Thank you.
Good evening. We'd like to take this opportunity to talk to you about what we believe will be a solution to address the unprecedented global spread of COVID-19 virus has affected every industry and person on our planet and has disrupted the way education is delivered. In the current environment, students have been instructed to continue their normal class-based education, but from their homes in a remote education capacity. Whilst there are a range of education service facilities available to students, the access to these resources is either limited or fragmented across a number of service providers. SkyCap is here to solve this problem. So we believe that as part of this exercise, there's a range of different challenges that the students will be faced with, including things like transparency, low levels of engagement, the loss of productivity, minimal progress tracking, reduction in their numeracy and literacy grades, and also the visibility by the parents of what it is that they're actually doing. As you can see, the impact is significant across Australia. SkyCap can address this problem. Our Sky School solution aggregates disparate and silo applications, brings them into one centralised, secure and trusted platform utilising best-of-breed enterprise-grade technologies. Some of the benefits that we believe our solution will provide includes adaptive. It's fully adaptive and can be run across a range of different student groups. It's highly flexible. It'll provide a single source of truth for ongoing unification of data. It'll match skills of teachers with students. It'll fast track teacher availability for students as required. It'll create new job opportunities, we believe, in the education sector. It'll create an enormous amount of reusable contents and data that can be used for future. The solution will be completely interoperable, and it's compliant and secure. And also, it'll produce a myriad of report cards to improve learning outcomes. We believe the solution is fully extensible. This is just a graphical representation of how far we believe the solution can go. So really, the students will be greeted with a single pane of glass view of all their activities, assessments, and as well as view recommendations, which is powered by an artificial intelligence as part of the solution. The students will have access to a virtual playground, which will take them into programs like Roblox, which is a very popular student game. Students can also check physical steps that they have taken via their connected health device, and as a Fitbit device, for argument's sake. And there's also a chatbot, service which is available to students for first-level educational support. The platform will provide students with access to online assistance as required. And as I mentioned before, chatbot will provide the student with learning responses based upon its previous interactions with other students, including web links and answers and solutions to their obstacles, which may also need to be escalated to its teacher as required. The platform will be designed to ensure students get the same attention remotely as they are used to locally in their class. The teacher's portal will include a comprehensive range of real-time dashboards, again, based upon artificial intelligence recommendations to ensure that teachers can identify at-risk students and create a course of action for the teachers, parents and students accordingly. And this core SkyCap team comprises of sales, marketing, operations, development, and a range of people can actually provide a complete, comprehensive solution for you.
So congratulations to Sky School, another next generation education platform. Well done, $3,000 coming your way. Steve, now for our winner in the Education Challenge.
It's my pleasure to announce the winner of the Education Challenge, Idea 11. They have used machine learning to identify fake news and the source of the fake news.
So congratulations to our teams in the Education Challenge. We're now going to move straight into helping health systems. And the third place prize getter has been the Healthcare Hack team, who have developed a rapid way to detect deterioration of COVID-19 patients, particularly in remote hospital settings. If we could play their prototype now, thank you.
Hi, I'm Jacob from Healthcare Hack team, and our product is Cosign. In our research and interviews with healthcare professionals, we have discovered that COVID-19 patients often go from a relatively stable condition to declining rapidly. While major hospitals are well staffed to handle problems like this, it is a bigger problem for hospitals in remote Australia and Pacific Islands. Even in ED, in major hospitals, vital signs are only measured once an hour on average for stable patients. But what if we could predict this rapid decline and intervene early? That brings us to our problem statement. A way to predict rapid deterioration of COVID-19 patients in remote hospital settings to improve patient outcomes through early intervention. Our solution is to leverage off existing devices like this oximeter ring to continuously measure oxygen saturation and heart rate of COVID patients. By statistically analysing this data, we will be able to predict when a patient will rapidly decline and notify nurses via our dashboard on their phones or ward monitors. Our solution will save patient lives, enable nurses to provide better care, and allow hospitals to utilise their resources more effectively. To provide the greatest social impact, we will put our product into hospitals in remote Australia and Pacific Islands using government funding, where healthcare systems are under-resourced. We will also sell our product into major Australian hospitals with a subscription model app and hardware provided at cost price. Thanks for listening.
Congratulations to the winner. Our second winner is Team Fast. They made digital fences to control and restrict access to unauthorized areas for patients and hospital staff. Let's look at their prototype.
Thank you, everyone. I would like to introduce our team. We are Team Fast from Fujitsu, and the challenge we worked on for the hackathon is applicable for two areas: helping health systems and how to improve safety. Size and place of contamination are various and changing dynamically depending upon the situation, just like COVID-19. So a flexible solution is required in the hospital and other areas, which will allow us to restrict the movement of infected patients and other people flow, providing a much better control and reducing the risk of spreading the contamination. Organizations like hospitals use a number of techniques to restrict the movement of people, such as installing physical fences, sharing the rules of restriction among all of the staff and patients. These solutions are inflexible and very expensive. If you go to the next slide, our solution is called Digital Fence, which will allow us to restrict staff and patient flow to a designated area. With this, we can minimize the risk of having unnecessary interaction between infected patients and others. Digital fences monitor gates, doorways, and thoroughfares. Fences are highly portable and can be set up anywhere in a few minutes. It can monitor many people movements simultaneously, and if an unauthorized person passes a post or a gate will make an alert sound and trigger an alarm at the central hub. Some of the unique features of our digital fence is its simplicity and flexibility. Its use of proven and readily available technology at a very affordable cost makes it very attractive. Controlling software will receive notification from an RFID reader which can be placed on the patients as well as visitors about a location of that person, and if they are moving towards a digitally fenced zone, an alert is sent via the nearest gate to them. Similarly, if they are supposed to stay within a zone, they are alerted if they are about to step out of the designated zone, thereby providing a much better control on the movement of people. The fenced area can be easily changed by moving gates to reduce or increase the area which needs to be fenced off. The benefit of digital fences, this solution can not only be applied in hospital, but can be customized for hotels, education centers, and conferences as well. Thank you.
So congratulations to Team Fast, $3,000 coming your way. Now for our winner in the section of assisting health systems. It's a really good problem to be solved. I think right now, if you go into a healthcare clinic or into a hospital, we still have that situation where you're being passed a manual form to complete your details. You might have some electrical tape on the floor trying to reinforce social distancing, but very hard to do in an environment that has lots and lots of people. So without anything further to do, I would like to congratulate In It to Win It and show their prototype now.
In Australia, one of the ways they're trying to contain this is by using a self-declaration form, which I think is bringing a lot of problems, also advantages. The problems are the risk of contact. When you do forms, you will be touching paper and pen, and then likewise, staffs are also at risk because they touch the paper and pen. Also, waiting times can lead to frustration and angry patients who can attack staff. And no records of patient visits. We have no records by using paper or pen. You have no records that the patient has visited these certain places, which leaves you with a question mark. And longer queues means that you will end up breaking the self-distancing rule that is imposed by the government. This solution is creating an app that lets the user do the self-declaration from the phone, saves time for the user and also for the staff members. Minimal contact means you have less reason to be good. You have very less chance of getting the virus. Patient visits can be logged in the application because every time you check in a place, that will show up as you are approved. So that means the next clinic it'll be far more easier for you to get in. This is the prototype that we have created. This is the main page. Once you click the self-start declaration form, it will take you to a place where you have the information of best practices on how to contain the virus. Then here is the sign-in page along with the password reset and the sign-up page where you can sign up as a new user. Then you have to accept your information and will direct to the system where you can select which clinic you want to go, and then if you wish to check in there, you check in there and you fill the form, which you will have to answer certain questions and declare that you are true, signing off with the date. Then you have to make sure the details are confirmed and you will be redirected to a pass which shows that you are checked in. Also, you are able to share the badge on Facebook, which will encourage others also to use the app and mark themselves as safe from the virus. Future future for this application is that the councils can use this app to track down the locations with most least COVID cases. And also this system can be used to fill forms of hospitals, which can save much more time. And online appointments and electronic prescriptions can be embedded in the services, which will minimize even further contact. This is my wonderful team that we've been working on this. Myself, Tari, Catherine, Shivali, Kwikuli, Yang Gui, and our mentor, Dr. William Yi, and also my other mentor, Rushana.
Congratulations, in it to win it. Now I would like to announce the third prize winner for Protecting Vulnerable Populations Challenge. The third prize goes to Team Care Bubble. They made an app to help get the connection closer between caregivers and the patient's family. It's always challenging to understand and follow up the latest status, and they would like to make it more real time. Now let's have a look at their prototype.
I want to work on this app because I have a grandma who has dementia. Before social distancing, our family visited her every day, but now we need a tool that will facilitate better communication with her caregivers. We're Team Care Bubble.
I was keen to get involved in this app. As an overseas worker, it would help me keep in contact with those loved ones back home and ensure that they were getting the best care and attention possible. We're Team Care Bubble.
Due to the quarantine, many people can't see their vulnerable loved ones at the moment. For me, my mum is 62 with early onset dementia, and we want to help improve the communication between families and their caregivers during this time to provide health and wellbeing updates. We're Team Care Bubble.
We want to alleviate the stress people are feeling while socially distancing from their vulnerable loved ones by building a mobile app that will facilitate better communication with care workers. The app's core functionality is that it centralises all the communication that is currently occurring with care workers over different channels. It will display everything in a single feed connected to the patient's profile that both the caregiver and family members can scroll and post to. So everyone is able to stay updated on the patient's needs, conditions, mental health and activities. Care workers will be incentivised to use the app by the appreciation they receive from the family and potential to grow their reputation within the care industry.
When considering Australia as the primary market, based on the modelling carried out by the Australian Bureau of Statistics, in 2017 there were around 15% of the population were 65 plus, and from these 35% were accessing aged care services. That's 7% in residential and 93% in home-based care. By 2056, it looks like there will be 22% of the population which is 65 plus, and this then takes our target market from 1.2 million as it was in 2017 to 2.8 million by then.
We estimate that an MVP product can be developed and launched within 3 months, with core features like authenticating users by type, either caseworker or family, a patient profile, the patient updates feed, plus mood and weight checkers. In Phase 2, we'll start enhancing those features and doubling down on data. The second iteration of the patient profile will list conditions, medications, and offer surveys to collect biographical info so that we can understand trends across time. We'll present data analytics visually in a dashboard section of the app. The feed will be specced out with filtering and search options, and we'll add a feature for auto-generating regular reports for patients. Our mood and weight checker tools will now be triggered by geofences, and users will receive location-based alerts. Plus, we'll begin integrating with third parties like health providers and medical organisations. By Phase 3, at the 6-month mark, we'll be ready to explore innovative possibilities like Internet of Things and big data. With mass amounts of non-personally identifiable data we aggregate into a data lake, we'll be able to predict things to improve the healthcare in the future. We're excited about the business intelligence possibilities and building dashboards that provide critical insights. At this stage, we'll also open up the app to patients themselves so that they can communicate directly with their care workers and family via video chat, view their own medical info and schedules.
As this platform will be working with sensitive health information, we want to ensure that the platform is designed in a secure, stable and resilient way from the ground up. We intend to design our platform based on cloud architecture frameworks and best practices, whilst ensuring compliance with any legal data protection and retention policies. Our data would be stored in field-level encrypted databases, which are located within the same region as the patient. Any data transferred would be end-to-end encrypted. We are also open to working with local health authorities so that any information processed through Care Bubble could potentially be secured and stored within the health authority ecosystem.
So congratulations to Care Bubble, our third place getter. Moving into the second place, the use case here, we've seen the Victorian State Government offer to pay for accommodation for frontline healthcare workers, and we have a real need for the ability to self-isolate with homes these days, housing multiple generations, people working in health maybe needing to find space in order to isolate from higher risk or more vulnerable populations. This next use case solves that problem. Congratulations to COVID crashes.
Congratulations to COVID crashers. A lot of people ask me, we are not developers, should we join the hackathon, or the hackathon is only for IT people? And the answer is no. The tool is not important. As long as you're finding the solution for the challenge, that's the right way to do it. Our first winner of this category, they designed an advanced face shield. An advanced face shield that will be easily produced by 3D printers, and it's more compact and very, very easy to adjust for different people. Congratulations to UC Engineering Society. Let's look at their presentations.
You've probably already seen these. They're 3D printed face shields, and they're being produced around the world to assist hospitals in the battle against critical PPE shortages. But they have a few substantial issues that we'll talk about soon.
But this one here, you haven't seen before. It's a new design that we've created during the ACS Flatten the Curve Hackathon. We call it the Advanced Face Shield. It's inspired by existing designs and also addresses the issues present with those previous designs. The major changes we've made make Advanced Face Shield more inclusive and truly ready for mass production around the globe.
So what makes it better?
1.
It's really small. Because it's 5 separate components, it fits onto the smallest 3D printers, like those that are far more popular in developing countries. Existing face shield designs aren't compact enough and require larger 3D printers. The Advanced Face Shield opens up the production of 3D printed face shields to those that were once cut off.
2.
It's far more comfortable. It's not a one-size-fits-all like existing designs. During assembly, you can adjust the size of the headband to fit yourself perfectly. We hope this feature will be appreciated by those that are required to wear them for long hours.
3.
It's ready for mass production. Existing designs are incredibly inefficient for mass production due to their size and utilization of surface area. With Advanced Face Shield, you can fit far more face shields onto standard 3D printers and begin to utilize small 3D printers to aid in production. The slotted version of the face shield is also compatible with laser cutters, enabling them to be made in under 1 minute. Our new designs can be manufactured as fast as possible without sacrificing strength. So we've made mass production as easy as possible to do.
4.
It's cross-compatible. The same style of clear plastic sheeting is used as existing designs. This makes switching over to Advanced Face Shield or printing both new and old designs in parallel an extremely easy thing to do.
And 5.
It's ready for the world. We've designed a variety of different versions to meet a range of international hole punch size standards. We've also created versions that are assembled in different ways, depending on the hardware that happens to be available. For example, the base version is assembled using M3 screws, though other versions are available that slot together and are held tightly in place using glue.
These things go a long way in opening up 3D printed face shields to those who desperately need them around the globe right now. This project isn't about creating something completely new, it's about refining a product that already exists by creating something that's easier to mass produce, that opens up production to those who were once cut off, and that has a more inclusive design. Thank you.
The next steps are to get medical professionals to approve our new design, publish all CAD files freely online, and to begin production in our community. Thank you.
Wow, that really was sensational. Congratulations. First prize to the University of Canberra Engineering Society and their 3D printer-made face shield. We're now moving on to our next challenge, which is the future of work. With so many organisations being strongly encouraged to work from home, we've taken what has been an office environment built for collaboration going online. And that brings with us some challenges. Our third prize winner in this particular category is LSNB, and they've created a way to automate and take our daily stand-up online.
Hi everyone, this is Tim. I'm going to do a quick video demo of our project, an Agile stand-up tool. Basically, the idea is, as the COVID-19 pandemic going on, many companies have started to work from home to keep their business running, and many teams are doing daily stand-ups, whether they are technical teams or non-technical teams, to catch up with each other. But there might be some issues, like the network issues or accents. The team members may lose each other during the stand-ups, which make this communication approach inefficient. Thus, we came up with this solution. So the idea is we can have each member of the team to spend less than 1 minute every day to give an update by filling up this form. So you can type in the reporter, can choose the date, and these questions should be customizable to adopt different workflows for different companies. So I'll just put some dummy answers here, and once you submit this form, you can view all the reports submitted from your team members on a weekly dashboard. So in conclusion, it's just a small tool which can be used out of the box. As many companies are already using some tools like Trello, Jira or Monday, we're trying to work as a plugin or supplementary tool to their existing workflow. So if you are interested, just hit the live demo here and have a play around. And this is Tim from Team LSMB. Thanks for listening.
Congratulations to the Team LSMB, the third prize winner. Now it's time to announce the second prize winner. The second prize winner, Back to Life, they made an app to help collect data, real-time data from people, to assess real-time data and collect them to understand for decision making, to understand exactly how they can come up with the real way to assess their personal data. Let's look at their video.
Back to life. Helping the working community get back to normal. Helping the community restore faith in the environment. Just like that, we've lost our sense of freedom. The freedom to roam our now empty streets. For our children to swing in playgrounds. Markets are closed, restaurants bare, and the thought of interacting in public is met with fear. Yet we all adjust in our own way. We are a diverse team weaving a solution in 48 hours to help people get back to normal lives. Jeremy has a medical background with 20 years experience in safety, health and environmental management systems and standardization development. Carl is a psychologist who works with children and families and understands stresses this time has. Martin is a software developer with a range of expertise. Communities need assurance that they are working in a society with good hygiene measures that are appropriate to current risk levels. How do we validate that locations in our environment are safe to go back to? Re-emerging cases, mutant strains and other more contagious pathogens could perpetuate lockdowns. Australia is a vast continent and the lockdown should not be on or off, but an active continuum based on risk levels presented in certain regions and situations. Our smartphone app enables individuals to contribute real-time data towards risk-based decision-making. Individuals are guided through a quick and easy-to-use assessment of their local environment. As the lockdown is lifted, users are invited to contribute to assessments at critical control points if and when they're in those zones. The risk levels for a particular locale determines the parameters for observation. Observations that indicate standard practices are forwarded to the relevant agencies. Examples of critical control points are airports, major bus stations, shipping ports and major train stations. The public needs assurance that something is being done at these points to restore confidence and to remind ourselves to take precautions to control future outbreaks. Our app is designed to enable members of the public to provide their observations, to enable decision makers to communicate about efforts, and to help us assess our local environment. We want members of the public to contribute their own observations and integrate data from actual cases to help things return to normal. This data will need to be continually validated once the lockdown begins to be lifted. We can foresee a time where real-time data can be used to calculate changing risk levels. Geo-tracking can be used along with personal sensors to identify infection clusters. Information collected by the app is integrated with actual case data collected by government agencies. The data dashboard allows users to zoom into their own communities to gain a perspective on the risk levels around them. Geolocation data can be captured in an opt-in basis with a choice of how often it is captured. Users can voluntarily release this data should they be tested positive. It's important as people as people can remain asymptomatic, but the infection phase can last 2 weeks. Privacy and security of how this data will be handled is paramount for user trust. Back to Life will be ready to integrate data from wearable devices to highlight zones where potential clusters of cases are or have broken out by maintaining real-time oversight of skin temperature data, for example. We've had some challenging problems to think about, for example, how to promote engagement among the public to contribute observations at critical control points. We'll need endorsement and sponsorship from various safety and standards organisations. There are other apps that crowdsource data but do not have the same application as Back to Life. Back to Life supports hygiene and safety responses in a pandemic or crisis. Our app provides knowledge and reassurance now and in the future. It will enhance people's quality of life. It will allow people to make those steps necessary to reintegrate in a world in a safe manner. Let's not just flatten the curve, let's turn around and reverse this boring old lockdown.
So congratulations to Back to Life for their second place prize. Now for the winner in this category, Future of Work. Really happy for this team. Had a little bit of trouble editing their video, but they finally got through it and got it up. Mentored by the Nandon Deep Tech Incubator down in Anstow in Sydney South. We are hearing a lot now, people starting to turn their mind to what happens next. Australia's done really well to flatten the curve, and Easter was a really important period. But what does it look like coming back to what is open shared workspaces? How will we protect people's health? This particular prototype shows one way where that can be achieved. Thank you.
In a world where the rules of society have been destroyed, no one may leave the house and public spaces remain empty. Office spaces stand empty. Work productivity is killed by the endless screaming of small children. Anyway.
The COVID-19 pandemic has changed our world forever. Now, more than ever, we are acutely aware of how important social distancing and proper hygiene is. As a frontline hospital scientist working in respiratory medicine, I'm reminded on a daily basis the importance of social distancing and proper hygiene. Now that our home isolation is over, it's time to get back to work, to school, university, our hobbies and interests. But how can we ensure our safety when shared places and hot desks have become the norm? The answer is U-Space. USafe utilises an app which allows you to book a shared desk, a meeting room or other space while maintaining optimal social distancing within that space. When you arrive, you will unlock your workspace via a contactless ID card or swipe of your phone. You'll then be prompted to wipe down your space with the provided alcohol wipes at each workstation. Smart contact and vibration sensors built into the desk will ensure that your space is adequately clean and safe for you to use. When you're finished, you'll be prompted to wipe down the space and leave it clean for the next person. Don't worry, if anyone tries to use the workspace without cleaning it or leaves the area unclean, we'll know.
Congratulations to the winners. And now the next category. Mental health and wellness. So not everyone is impacted physically by coronavirus. All of us are kind of in isolation, probably staying at home all the time and cannot go out, do any kind of outdoor exercise or activity. So at this situation, a lot of people are mentally impacted, and our next winner, the third prize winner, they made an app to help people to find hobbies that they like and can get connected to the like-minded people. And hopefully they can find some virtual online hobbies that will be fun and interesting. Project X is a third prize winner. Let's look at their video.
The way we interact is changing. Part of who we are is how we engage other people outside of work,
working on our passions, exploring, keeping up mentally and physically. In a pandemic like this, we're adapting. It's an uncertain time, but important we're able to strive together, adapting to social isolation measures and beating boredom and loneliness, which studies have shown to increase the risk of number of conditions. We're more connected than ever, with phones, tablets and computers, pulled in by movies, games and social media. With a Hobbyland platform, finding your new passion or learning from experts is just a click away. Bringing people together to share enjoyment, get involved and learn at their own pace. As a hobby seeker, we greet you with open arms, with a series of basic questions like age group, time available and where you are. We'll start by recommending 3 activities we think you might be interested in. Not for you? That's okay. We've got more activities to explore. Found something intriguing? Hop right in. We've sorted our pages to navigate across the basics. Become part of a network, engage with locals or enthusiasts from around the world. Guides, videos, based on your level, whether you're starting off or advancing. Unsure? We'll let you know the tools, equipment and information you might need and the people that you can ask for more information about on how to get started. On the other side, if you're an enthusiast wanting to share your knowledge and offer your expertise, tutoring or lessons, you can enlist yourself and make the most of our platform. Earn a bit of side money. Hobbyland, connecting people through hobbies.
So congratulations to our 3rd place prize getter, Project X. Moving on to our 2nd place, we now live in the most connected society of all times, and yet 1 in 2 people experience loneliness. Exacerbated by staying at home, working from home, that social isolation is a real challenge in today's current environment. Congratulations to Care Bears, and we'll show their prototype now.
We are the most connected society in human history, but we are also the loneliest. Loneliness afflicts 1 in 2 Australians at least once a week and is particularly common in the younger generations. To make matters worse, restrictions on work and social interactions necessitated by the COVID-19 pandemic have left many people experiencing high degrees of loneliness, especially those who live alone or far from those they love. Unfortunately, the lack of social connection can be dangerous. Loneliness is associated with depression, anxiety, and frighteningly, an increased risk of early death. At its core, loneliness is a craving for meaningful human connection. This type of connection is not always available when we need it, despite our heavily connected world. We might be limited by differing schedules or time zones, and social media these days is more about popularity and entertainment than authentic human connection. What if we could build a community for authentic connection? Our solution, Sanctum, is a community hub for lonely people to interact anonymously with other people on demand in non-threatening and non-intrusive ways. Sanctum builds communities and makes meaningful connection easy. In just a few taps, you can chat with a real person almost immediately. With hundreds of welcoming communities to join and a smart community suggestion algorithm, we take all the uncertainty and fear out of finding your tribe. To help you get started, Sanctum prompts you to express yourself. You can choose how you want to do that, but drawing is always fun. When you've finished your self-expression masterpiece, Sanctum sends it into the digital ether. Using AI, it finds the most appropriate recipient for your message and matches you to 1 or more Sanctum communities based on your self-expression and personal details. When other users receive your message, they are prompted to respond with a mood-boosting comment and to react to your message. They receive a new badge as a reward for responding, and you are able to further interact with them and other users in your communities. If you desire, you can play fun games with community members or participate in community activities like group drawing with a shared canvas. There is also a personal collection of the responses you receive to your messages and a dashboard where you can track your badges and your daily mood. Emotional well-being and authentic connection are now more important than ever. Let us begin to build strong digital communities and help each other through the storms of life. With Sanctum, we can defeat loneliness. Join the movement. Join Sanctum. To find out more about Sanctum, please visit the following URLs to view its documentation and our prototype.
Congratulations. Before I announce the winner of our final challenge, I just wanted to encourage our people who are tuning in on YouTube tonight. We have had some great prototypes, some great problem solving and some really big ideas. Get behind them, post comments in the YouTube channel now. Let's draw awareness to some of the great Australian ingenuity being developed in order to solve some of the problems that we're facing now with COVID-19, but also what we're likely to face over the next 3, 6 and 12 months. I do want to recognise our partners. There are 40 of them, so I'm going to take my time to read through them all. They've been very dedicated, provided a lot of mentors to oversee the teams. Thank you to the Cybersecurity CRC, AusCyber, ANSTO and Nanden's Incubator, Engineers Australia, Slack and IBM, AMD, GHD Digital, Synergy and Standards Australia, Diversis, NEC, KJR, Isobar, Capgemini, who had some great teams involved, Design Factory in Melbourne, Coder Academy, Edith Cowan University, Hydro Tasmania, SA Power Networks, Fujitsu, Charles Darwin University, UTS, CanStar H2O AI, Servian, Protivity, UniSuper, Melbourne Water, Bupa, CyberCX, Pendula, Microfocus, and then the ACS stable of Bay City Labs, River City Labs and Harbour City Labs, Startup Catalyst, ADMA, IARPA, DGA and Digital Technology Collective. It was truly a massive coalition of the willing, so thank you so much for everyone's efforts. Now to announce our final winner in the Wellness and Mental Health Challenge. How do we ensure that people stay home in an environment where there's in effect a lockdown? To increase social distancing, spend more time at home, you can go a little bit stir crazy. Our winner in the Wellness and Mental Health Challenge is VIP Party.
We are Team VIP Party. VIP Party's concept was born out of the news reports stating stay-at-home mandates were causing boredom, loneliness, and even depression. Can tech be used as a tool to help overcome these side effects? We started by outlining the problem with a how might we stay. The best way to overcome loneliness and depression issues is by not staying home and isolating, but that isn't an option. So we looked at encouraging people to stay at home while rewarding them for doing so and reducing loneliness. VIP Party will be one tool people can turn to reduce the effects of the mandate. It will afford anyone a chance to join a small group in a video chat with a VIP they choose. There are 4 key steps after a profile has been created. First, you look at the leaderboard to find VIPs you would like to join in a party. Then you view the parties that VIP has scheduled and register. Once registered, you wait for the notification to find out if you've been invited. And finally, if you have been invited, you're given a 4-hour window to wait for a notification stating when the party starts. All of these steps have to be performed while at home. Any member can be a host or a guest. To host, just schedule a party, but the real power of the platform is driven by the desire to be selected to attend a VIP party. However, you can schedule a party with your family and simply turn off the hidden time the party starts. Guests are members who are invited to attend a VIP's party. Our platform will randomly pick 8 registered members and send them their invites. Observers are picked by the invited guest. They are members who are friends of the guest, and there can be up to 20 of them. A few of the unique features about VIP Party which help keep people home and reduce loneliness include pre-scheduling parties that only give a window of time when they start, requiring users to be at home to use the app, creating agendas users are interested in participating in, and the simple fact you may get to chat with a VIP. During the sign-up process, users are asked to select a few interests to better align hosts and guests. While creating your profile, you are given the opportunity to schedule a party. Once your profile is completed, you can see which VIPs are most popular or sort by the type of VIP. When you find one you like, click it. The VIP's profile opens with a list of scheduled parties. Register for the party that works for you. There are 2 types of notifications. First, to announce if you've been invited to a party. The other is to guests who are invited to let them know when the party is starting. In neither instance are members told when those announcements will come. They're only given a 4-hour window, and they have to be home to receive them. After clicking on the party is starting notification, the VIP party opens and you can join the party. Once guests arrive, they will see the VIP's video is large in the middle of the screen. Two-way audio is included for everyone. As previously mentioned, guests can invite up to 20 friends as observers. Interaction with observers is through chat only, while the VIP party audio and video remains on the screen. Their screen remains the same, split between what the guest sees and an area to chat. All 8 guests can be seen at the same time, and an individual guest can be brought up to be the primary video. The ability to remove guests who are not at home and isolating exists. A VIP can extend the view to even more fans. Just click on a guest to see who's invited. This example demonstrates that not everyone will receive an invite to every VIP they're interested in. It just can't happen. But given the sheer number of VIPs globally and the fact that they're all meant to be at home, there should be a lot of opportunities. Here's our great team of very talented individuals who made this concept happen.
So there it is, folks. What a great way to finish. A VIP party winning the Wellness and Mental Health Challenge. That's all we have time for now. I just want to say a big vote of thanks to Steve Nuri for leading this with his team, Kelly Kennedy, Jansen Lim and Jack Shee. Thank you to all the participants, 2,700, some mentoring, over 300 mentors in total, our 40 corporate partners to bring this to life. It really has been inspiring seeing people put aside 48 hours to go as fast as they possibly could to get prototypes, actionable prototypes, up and loaded on our website, and there's lots of great ideas there that can be fostered moving forward. So once again, I'd encourage you to continue to use the hashtag Flatten the Curve Hack. Make sure you get behind those products that you think will add the most value to Australia inside the next 3 months, 6 months and 12 months. Let's make sure we get these teams the funding that they need to bring them to life, and we can make a real difference and continue to flatten that curve. Thanks so much for joining us.